For us to be able to start looking into building SwiftUI user interfaces or applications, we obviously have to have the right tools. The tool that we need is, of course, XCode 11. And I hope you're running Mac, because I would just say here that's the only way, quote unquote, that we'll be able to create iOS applications is with a Mac machine. There are other ways to circumvent this, but I don't endorse those. Of course, you can figure out yourself, but I will assume that you have a Mac and you're ready to go. Now, there's two ways in which we can do this. First of all, we can go ahead and get the newer version of Mac OS, the operating system, in order for us to be able to get the full spectrum of SwiftUI, which means you're going to get this preview capability as you code your applications using SwiftUI. But in this case here, because we're just trying to get things going here, I decided to just use XCode 11, the newest version, which contains the SwiftUI, and install on my Mac machine, which actually my Mac machine is running. Let's go to my About Mac here. It's just running 10.14.4. Like I said, in order for you to get the full spectrum of SwiftUI, you would have to download, of course, the Mac OS newest version, which is Catalina, and it's in beta. So I would be very careful because you may end up losing stuff. Okay, so anything that's in beta, meaning they're still working on, you have to be a little bit careful. But in our case here, if you wish to do so, go ahead and download Catalina Mac OS operating system on your machine. It may take a little while, and then you will have all of the full features that I've discussed here. Okay, so anyway, so if you go to developer.apple.com Xcode, this is what you see. You will have to have Xcode 11 in order for you to take advantage of SwiftUI. Okay, so if you come down here, it says Swift Better Apps, Less Code, and so forth, you can click Learn More. It gives you all of this spiel, if you will, about how to get started, about what SwiftUI is, this revolutionary framework that Apple just created. So how do we go ahead and get our Xcode 11? At the top here, you will see where it says Develop. So click on Develop, and there you have Xcode, Swift, TestFlight, documentation, and so forth. What we want to do is to go to Downloads. Now notice here, because I'm already signed up, my name is right here. So it's Paulo Duchon. That is indeed my name. In your case, if you don't have an account, it's very easy to create. Just go ahead and create an account. So go to Account, and if you don't have an account, it's going to go ahead and give you the opportunity to open a developer account, that is. Notice also that this says developer.apple.com, right? So this is just for developers. So you will have to log in or create an account to become a developer. To create a developer account itself, I believe it's for free. I've created many years ago. You start paying only if you want to distribute your applications via the App Store. Okay, so in this case here, I'm logged in, my name is there, and there is options for you to download the beta software. Beta again means that they're still working on it. It's not the full release yet. So they're working on the bugs and making sure that everything is fine. But at the same time, it's available for developers to start looking into, to start working with it and get used to it. So that essentially is what beta software means. It's not fully ready yet, but it's ready enough for us developers to start playing around with it. So in this case here, you see we have operating systems. This is one of the downloads that we have here. We also have applications. Operating systems, you can see, like I said, you can download the Catalina 10.15 Beta 2, install in your machine, in which case you will have the full Catalina, which means this will install in your machine Catalina Beta. Okay, so in this case, like I said, I am not going to do this, but you can do if you wish to do so. But just remember, if you want to do that, you may want to perhaps back up the current state of your computer just in case things don't work out and so forth. You can revert back. At a later time, I may end up downloading this Catalina so we can see the full spectrum. But at this point here, I'm not going to bother doing that. What we're interested in here is to get Xcode 11. So you go to Applications, of course, and there it is, Xcode 11 Beta 2. Now, at the recording of this video, that's what we have here, Xcode 11 Beta. Maybe you'll be watching this later in the future, and this probably is just going to say Xcode 11, not Beta 2 or Beta. Okay? In any case, so here we go. So in your case here, you would want to go ahead and click download. It will take a few minutes. It's very self-explanatory. You just click download and let it do its thing. In fact, I said it may take a few minutes. It may take a little while, then a few minutes, depending also on your internet connection. So go ahead and do that. I'm not going to do that because I already have it. So once you do that, it's going to install on your machine, and you double click on these XCode icon you will see, and then voila, you're gonna be able to open and start working with SwiftUI. Okay, remember, you must have XCode 11 for you to be able to at least get started with SwiftUI.